The thing behind the bed. It was a dark and stormy night, and Emily couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned in her bed, trying to ignore the strange noises coming from behind the headboard. This had been happening every night for the past few days, but she had no idea what it could be. "Is there something behind my bed?" Emily thought to herself, but quickly brushed it off as childish superstitions. Despite her doubts, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was in fact lurking behind the headboard. She lay in bed, her heart racing with fear, wondering what could be causing the strange noises. She tried to tell herself that it was just the wind, or the old pipes creaking, but deep down she knew that there was something more sinister at play. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore and decided to investigate. She got out of bed and walked over to the headboard, her hands trembling with anticipation. She slowly reached out and pulled the bed away from the wall, revealing a small door that she had never noticed before. She hesitated for a moment, wondering if she should open the door or turn back. But her curiosity got the better of her, and she slowly pushed the door open. It creaked on its hinges, revealing a dark and cramped space behind the headboard. Emily took a deep breath and peered inside, her heart pounding in her chest. It was pitch black, but she could feel a presence lurking in the darkness. She took a step back, wondering if she should retreat or continue on. Just then, the thing behind the bed emerged from the shadows. It was a tall, shadowy figure with dead eyes and a menacing grin. Emily gasped in terror and tried to run, but the thing was too fast. It reached out and grabbed her, pulling her into the darkness. As Emily struggled to break free, she realized that the thing behind the bed was not a monster at all. It was her older brother, who had been playing a prank on her. "Gotcha," he exclaimed, laughing as Emily tried to catch her breath. Emily was relieved, but also angry at her brother for scaring her like that. She chased him out of the room, determined to get her revenge. And as they tumbled down the stairs, Emily couldn't help but smile, knowing that she had survived the thing behind the bed and come out on top. But as she lay in bed that night, unable to sleep, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. Even though her brother was no longer in the room behind the bed, she was certain she could still hear some sort of panting and a cold breeze coming from the door. She had a sneaking suspicion that her brother was not the only one behind the prank. There was someone else, something even more sinister, pulling the strings. And so, Emily began to investigate, determined to uncover the truth behind the thing behind the bed. She spent countless hours scouring the mansion, searching for clues and piecing together the puzzle. She discovered old books on magic and the occult, hidden away in the attic, and realized that her brother and his friends had been dabbling in the dark arts. She also found strange symbols etched into the walls and floor and strange items hidden in secret compartments around the house. It was clear that her brother and his friends had been performing rituals and trying to summon a ghost. Emily was shocked and horrified by the revelation, and she knew that she had to confront her brother. She gathered all the evidence and confronted him, demanding to know the truth. At first, her brother tried to deny it, but eventually he broke down and admitted that he and his friends had been experimenting with the dark arts. He begged for her forgiveness, promising to never do it again, and he had no idea that it had actually worked. Emily was angry and disappointed, but also relieved that the truth was finally out in the open. The next few days both Emily and her brother could hear strange noises coming from behind both their beds, and strange occurrences started happening everywhere in their home. Emily knew she had to do something, so she gathered the evidence and went to a local priest, who was reluctant at first considering the strange nature of the claims Emily were making. But the evidence spoke for itself and the priest promised to help them. During the exorcism, Emily watched in fascination as the priest performed the ancient ritual, chanting and waving smoke and incense around the room. She could feel the tension in the air, as if the ghost was struggling to hold on to its earthly form. But just as the exorcism seemed to be working, something went wrong. The ghost let out a loud shriek, and Emily felt a sudden surge of energy. The room shook, and she was thrown to the ground. When she opened her eyes, she saw the ghost hovering above her. She could feel its dead eyes filled with hatred stare into her soul. It reached out and grabbed her, pulling her into the darkness. Emily struggled to break free, but the ghost was too strong. She knew that she was doomed to spend eternity trapped behind the bed. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a loud noise and felt the ghost's grip loosen. She looked up and saw that the exorcism had worked, and the ghost was finally gone. She was relieved, but also shaken by the close call. Thanking the priest for helping them get rid of this evil spirit, the priest told her to keep a close eye on her brother from then on, and to keep him away from the dangerous world of the occult. And as she lay in bed that night, finally able to sleep peacefully, Emily couldn't help but feel grateful for the second chance she had been given. Subscribe, like, and comment a story you want us to generate. Click the playlist to see many other stories.